prepared. McCarthy said he, quote, thinks it's important to handle things as men. Well, his former quarterback Aaron Rodgers was asked about the situation on a podcast and came to McCarthy's defense. Take a listen.
As far as I know, what the facts are today, they're in first place in the division. Mike he knows how to deal with any type of adversity. You know, we went through ups and downs at the time, mostly ups in Green Bay, but I know Mike knows how to steer those difficult situations. You never want those unnamed sources to come out. That anonymous stuff. I think that's some chicken.
Are you okay with Aaron Rodgers defending Mike McCarthy, Acho?
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. This is what it reminds me of. I hate Aaron Rodgers defending Mike McCarthy because whenever a celebrity gets in trouble, entertainer, somebody of high status, all their celebrity friends run to their defense. No, they're a great guy. They're a great girl. Oh. In my experience, they never did anything wrong. What people are saying about them must be a lie. Just because they treated you right doesn't mean that they're treating everybody else right. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, just because you and Mike McCarthy had great times, great moments, just because he treated you with respect, just because he came prepared for your game plans in Green Bay, just because he made sure the Packers were prepared, doesn't mean the Cowboys were. So don't run to Mike McCarthy's aid now that he's not your head coach, now that you don't have to suffer based on how well prepared he is or how ill prepared he is. I don't want to hear from Aaron Rodgers right now because Mike McCarthy ain't treating the Cowboys like he treated y'all. Mike McCarthy ain't having success with the Cowboys like he had with y'all. Furthermore, Aaron Rodgers, quit lying, bruh.
Oh, here we go.
You're the same dude.
Oh, here we go.
The same dude who said that there were play calling issues in regards to Mike McCarthy in 2013. You're the same dude that said the only difference between Aaron Rodgers is this. He said, yeah, we have some play calling issues, but I'm going to leave that between me and Mike. The only difference is Aaron Rodgers, he led us to water, but he didn't let us drink. The Cowboys are leading reporters to water and being like, hey, okay, y'all can drink too. So I don't want to hear about Aaron Rodgers' feelings about Mike McCarthy because Mike McCarthy's lack of preparation and lack of ability to coach does not affect Aaron Rodgers anymore, but it gravely affects Cowboys players and you Cowboys fans.
I love Aaron Rodgers defending his former coach because he knows his former coach better than these guys. They've only been with him for 6 games. 6 weeks, basically, because there was no offseason. You could add a little training camp that was compromised as well. Love you, Aaron Rodgers, for coming to his defense. And shame on you, Acho.
What I do?
For falling for that whole celebrity trap of, I hate when celebs get in trouble. And then other celebs collaborate in unison to support them. That's on you. You know why? Because you're probably not following their non-celebrity friends or listening to the people who are anonymous. Joe Blow, the neighbor. You ain't listening to him. You know why? Because he doesn't have a platform. So dare for you to go out there and use selective perception. Only going to listen when Aaron Rodgers says something and then blame Aaron Rodgers for saying something. And what is Aaron Rodgers telling you, Acho?
Nothing.
Giving you a history lesson. Remember, I told you Mike McCarthy inherited a what? 4-12 team. Took them to 8-8. That started off what? 2-4. And then the next year they were 13-3. And what? The NFC Championship game. But you don't want to let that process play through. Okay, you want to highlight that the only difference between Aaron Rodgers and his situation with Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys is he kept it internal. He didn't say it. He didn't go out there and tell the media. The only difference is all the difference. That's what Mike McCarthy's highlighting. He's like, look, I'm not perfect. Take a look at my waistline. Look at my face. I'm not perfect. He's not a perfect coach. And he's looking at these players like, y'all not perfect either. But let's handle this together collectively, internally as men. So to highlight what Aaron Rodgers is saying, Aaron Rodgers is like, yeah, I have beef with Mike too. But guess what? I made sure that him and I were in the kitchen by ourselves cooking up this beef.
Bruh, Aaron Rodgers does the same thing. He just gives it to you in a way that's more digestible. Hey, you're talking about intention versus outcome. I am an outcome guy. Here's what I mean. Bruh, it was just last month. 3 weeks ago, Aaron Rodgers says, yeah, I pretended my helmet mic was out before so I could call my own plays. In reference to when Mike McCarthy was there and calling the plays. Aaron Rodgers was literally like, oh, that man Mike McCarthy, he implied he ain't listened to him either. So if Aaron Rodgers, if you literally just made that implication, that inference, how are you going to be mad when Cowboys players took it a step further? That's what Marcellus said doesn't make sense to me. Aaron Rodgers, you did the same thing. 2 weeks ago, you did the same thing.
Is this the same thing? Marcellus, tell us how it is at Fox and speak for yourself. You know, I love it, but I work with some dudes who are not that good. versus, I love it, but you know Acho, he kind of sucks. It's a little different, right? Or my co-host sucks. I ain't say your name. Come on, big dog. It's a different bow versus, yeah, somebody catch this. And that's the big difference. Look, Aaron Rodgers is to blame for one thing. When Aaron Rodgers was going through his decline, all of a sudden what started to increase was negative conversations about Mike McCarthy. So if you're a player now with Mike McCarthy and you're going through your struggles, you start to say, wait a minute, Aaron Rodgers left this door open. Aaron Rodgers all of a sudden started to leak through inference, through implication of what is going on in Green Bay, and then he rebounded. Look at Aaron Rodgers now. Well, maybe if we just start to let everyone know it's not on us, it's on who's around us, that will be the solve in Dallas. I'm here to tell you, if you don't take the onus, if you don't take it to heart, if you don't look in the mirror, it's not going to be about Mike McCarthy when he was in Green Bay. It's not going to be about Mike McCarthy on the sidelines in Dallas. It's going to be about you on the field, because the players ultimately are responsible for the work they put on film. Why would you blame Mike McCarthy?
Here's what I need you to do. I need you to put on your scuba mask, grab your oxygen tank, because we're about to take a deep dive.
We're going deep.
This offseason, Aaron Rodgers said this. He says, "Your part of your legacy is how you treat your teammates. I want kinship, not animosity." Aaron Rodgers has always been incredibly tactful on the field. One of the best quarterbacks talent-wise this game has ever seen. But off the field, Aaron Rodgers has been incredibly tacky, not tactful.
Oh.
There are public divorces with him and his family. There are public
we going there.
There are public relational issues. Aaron Rodgers' legacy will not be marred by anything he does on the field ever in life. His legacy will not be marred by that.
That's true.
Aaron Rodgers' legacy, if at all, will be marred by everything off the field.
Yeesh.
What has Aaron Rodgers done as of late? Taken Jordan Love under his wing. The same Jordan Love draft pick that took Aaron Rodgers and made Aaron Rodgers drink. Remember, he said, I had to take a shot, or whatever it was, after seeing we drafted Jordan Love in the first round. That same Jordan Love, which drove Aaron Rodgers to grab a shot, is the same Jordan Love which Aaron Rodgers is now mentoring.
Yeah.
Now Mike McCarthy, the same person who Aaron Rodgers said he didn't listen to when he called plays at times, is the same Mike McCarthy Aaron Rodgers is publicly defending. To me, it can read a little disingenuous.
Yeah.
To me, it can read a little bit of, I'm trying to think bigger picture for my legacy. I'm trying to clean things up.
Look, it's a legacy play. Duh, they all do it. I got too many names to list. They all do it. And only thing that protects Aaron Rodgers is he never called Mike McCarthy out explicitly, or at least the strongest suggestion like these Cowboy players are doing. Cowboy players, y'all messing up on the field but blaming him on the sidelines? Look, ultimately it falls on you when you're a player. Ultimately it falls on what you put out there in terms of product. I can't look at somebody else and say it's all on them. Who else has a championship ring that we count on in Dallas? Name them. Okay, got quiet. So there's one person there named Mike McCarthy with a championship ring. Maybe you should pay a little respect to him. But no, you don't want to do that. What you want to do is highlight your issues. Name another team that lost their quarterback and their quarterback of the future this year. Name them. You can't. So Mike McCarthy is dealing with a circumstance that no one else is dealing with. And now he got these leaky players who don't want to take responsibility. Bruh. It's all bad out there. Coming up, should Trevor Lawrence pull an Eli Manning and refuse to go to the Jets if they get the first pick? We'll break it all down next.